friend uses in the same workstation. So the way you put them make it better for you to get the job done easily. Okay. In this case, you have the more you use it, the closer it should be. Like I've explained before, make sure they are very close to you to get to make your job easy. Now, what you see here, this is a machine that there are controls in the machine. For example, you're using a weight machine, for example, and you need to use emergency shut off, emergency buttons in case something goes wrong. And then you don't know exactly where those buttons are. And when anything goes wrong, before you begin to search for where the buttons are, a lot of harassment could have occurred. So it is very important to make sure that you know exactly where those buttons are and they are easily accessible. So you can actually prevent any incident from happening as quickly as possible. So when materials are supplied in boxes, bins, or racks, or on pallets, this should be placed within the image and appropriate height. That's what we call appropriate height. You see the worker sitting on that. You see that the worker is sitting directly and perpendicular to the tool, and then the material he's using is at elbow height, and he doesn't need to stretch so much to get to that material. Because when you begin to stretch, to inconvenience yourself to reach for your tools, that's like inviting disorders and pains in your muscles, bones. So, say you should provide a goal for each tool. Draw the outline of each tool on the tool board to show where it goes. This helps maintain order and immediately shows if anything is missing. If you need to get something and you don't know whether it is in the right position, when you put them in the right places, you will know when the tool that goes at an appropriate time is not in the position it's supposed to be. So you can quickly find a way to solve the problem. And here you can see these tools, pliers, spanners, and they are placed appropriately. Sometimes it may not be in the box, hang in the place in the right position, so that when you want to reach them, you quickly get to know the material you need and you use them immediately to perform the work. Yeah, it says it's happening here. Perform work operations at elbow height, and you have direct access to everything that you need to do to get the job done. So the second rule is the elbow rule. Perform work operations at elbow height. Use full platform for small workers. Use good chairs, backrest for seated workers. So professional sitting, standing workers. So we have the chair that I have here. It is for economic purpose. The chair should have backrest, and then the design should be in such a way that you don't need to bend backwards to perform your operation. Of course, you know what that does when you need to bend backward and get the job done. Over time, you see that you begin to experience some pains in your back, maybe after retired from your job or a good period of time after you have stopped performing that function. You begin to experience some pains in your back. So this can be prevented while the job is being done initially by using the. And then if you need to stand, if your job requires you standing to do, you should get prepared to sit down at intervals. So that you stool from chairs, when you stand for a while, then you just sit for a while for safety. So provide enough leg space for both sitting and standing work. So if you doing work, do not have your nail touching the table, touching your workstation, or you have to stress yourself, have to sit awkwardly to get work done. There should be space between you're sitting there at the table and the seat that you are on to make sure that as you're working, you have space to maneuver for your workstation. So a lot of workers to work and it's sitting and standing. So like I said before, if your job requires you standing to do it, make sure you don't stand for too long. Intermittently, you also have to sit for your own seat. I know there are some artisans that their job requires them standing for a long time. Nobody should need to sit for a while before you go back to the work. Because if it happens, then you actually develop some problems. Your employer to maybe pay weekly to the person to take care of your health and your safety. Okay, this is upon operations. So most operations are best performed around level level. We have said that before, depending on the height of where the equipment is, where the function is being performed. On this, there is a picture here that shows someone sitting and performing his duty on a table. While the other person,
the Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
And when the other person is working on a forklift, and then the same way he's to work on that forklift is lower than the person working on the other side. So depending on the height where your task actually is, that will depend on the height where your safe has to be for you to be able to do your work really fast, without having to bend your hands, begin to raise your neck, to squeeze everything to get the job done. So what the height is depends on the workstation, depends on where the task is being performed. So use good chairs. Like we talked about before. Use tools for occasional sitting for standing workers. We've done that before. You see this one here. If you need to sit, you have to sit. You don't need to sit all through the work. These are the stools here that are meant to sit. So allow. Now jigs and hand tools rule. Use jigs, clamps, or other fixtures to hold work items. So we've seen